Hello there. Welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. Firstly, Tigray government has imposed a ban for 6 months on some cases filed by government and private workers. So, in the next 6 months, government and judiciary too will not respond to the requests of these government workers, public and private sector workers. What is this ban about? Secondly, Freedom House is an organization, it's an NGO based in the US. The Freedom House NGO publishes a ranking of all the countries of the world in terms of democracy, human rights, and political freedom. This week, this NGO published a report. Eritrea never fails to disappoint, Eritrean government rather. Where is Eritrea placed? Where is Ethiopia placed? What about Somaliland, Kenya? Which countries in Africa are performing better in terms of democracy, political rights, and human rights, political freedom, etc.? Let's start with Tigray viewers. You know that during the war in Tigray, from November 2020 till November 2022, factories stopped working. Factories came under attacks to factories partially damaged as well. Tigray people, Tigray government have been claiming that Eritrean forces looted Tigray's factories, infrastructure, and deliberately Eritrean military tried to destroy Tigray's industrial progress. So the factories were heavily damaged, and obviously workers remained unpaid. Public and private sector workers remained unpaid during the 2 year long. But after the war ended in November 2022 and Pretoria was signed, things did not fully improve. Almada textile mill situated in Adwa is still not paying salaries to its workers. Workers are demanding arrears, salaries which were not paid to them. After Pretoria, too, salaries were not paid to them. Salaries were paid for a few months, off and on salaries being paid. Though factory is operational now, not fully operational, but it's partly operational reportedly. The factory workers want to take their cases to either Tigray interim government or judiciary. Tigray government imposed a 6-month ban on considering these cases. The ban was due to expire. Now a new 6-month ban has been extended. So for the next 6 months, again, the ban will remain in place. Private and public officials, workers, they won't be able to demand arrears of their salaries in the next 6 months. Tigray government won't consider any requests from these workers. Tigray judiciary won't consider requests and cases from these workers too. Now, I just want to make one point. Keeping the salary arrears aside, at least current salary should be paid. If Almada textile factory is functional, the workers who are working there should be paid salaries. How will they survive? Already people are suffering in Tigray. If their salaries, current salaries are unpaid, how will they survive? But for the next 6 months, no relief for people who were hoping that they will get their salary arrears, and then they'll be able to buy something or build a house. It won't be possible in the next 6 months. The decision was made by Tigray interim government. Can Tigray judiciary scrap this decision? I don't think so. Judiciary in Ethiopia is generally not independent. It does not go against administration. It does not go against executive bodies. Secondly, viewers, Freedom House has published a ranking of all the countries of the world in terms of democracy, political freedom, and human rights. It's a very prestigious organization. It was founded, I think, in around it was founded around more than 80 years ago. But it's funded by U.S. State Department. U.S. State Department funds it, and some other private entities fund it. That means that U.S. State Department can control the organization. We should brief viewers. We should tell viewers who is behind the organization, so they can so they get the full picture. The Freedom House organization NGO has published ranking of all the countries of the world this week in terms of democracy, political freedom, and human rights. Where is Eritrea placed? When we say Eritrea, we mean Eritrean government. Eritrean people have no say in what is happening in Eritrea. Government is in power. It has worked in power for more than 30 years. PFD is in power more than 30 years. Eritrean government never disappoints when it comes to rankings on the criteria of democracy, human rights, and political freedom. Eritrea placed at number 3. The higher the rank, the worse the condition is in terms of democracy. 3 things: democracy, political freedom, human rights. Eritrea placed at number 3. South Sudan placed at number 1. South Sudan rank is worse than that of Eritrea. Syria at number 2, not surprising. Syria is Iranian ally opposed to US policies. Eritrea is also opposed to US policies. Where is Ethiopia? Ethiopia placed at number 20. Djibouti 24. Before that, Sudan number 6. Sudan number 6. Eritrea number 3. South Sudan number 1. Ethiopia 20. Djibouti 24. So Ethiopia worse than Djibouti. Rwanda 23. Rwanda worse than Djibouti. Ethiopia worse than Rwanda. Uganda 34. Uganda better than Rwanda, better than Ethiopia, better than Eritrea, Sudan, South Sudan, etc. Where is Somalia? Number 8. Somalia at number 8. Where is Somaliland? 43. Kenya 52. So Kenya and Somaliland are the nations, the countries. Somaliland is not a country. It's internationally recognized part of Somalia. Somaliland and Kenya, they are performing better than all other countries in East Africa. What about those countries in Africa which have been graded as free? Well, the countries which performed better in Africa are Ghana at number 80, Malta 87, Mauritius 85, small island country, Tonga 81, South Africa 79, Namibia 77. South Africa, Namibia, Tonga, Mauritius, Malta, and Ghana are the African countries where there is better condition of democracy, people's political rights, and human rights. Which country topped the world in terms of being fully free? Finland. 100 out of 100 marks for Finland. European countries rated higher definitely than African countries, US, Canada as well. Somaliland seems to be performing better, but we know that in Somaliland, the president, Musavi Abdi, is on extension. Election due to be held. Let's see how the November election goes in Somali. Thank you for watching.